Hey, everybody, welcome to this episode of Spark. I'm Coach David. Hope you're doing fantastic on today and hope that everything is moving in the right direction for you, that you are up and at it and getting after it day by day by day, making your life all that you desire for your life to be. Because after all, you are the architect of your life. Let there be no doubt in your mind that you get to determine what your life will be, how your life will be, and how you'll live. I'm excited that you're here on today in order that I can share something else with you that I think is going to take you to a new height and a new level. That's going to give you something else to build you up internally as well as we'll see it externally. So I'm going to be talking about today about believe in yourself. I'm going to say that again. Believe in yourself. And I can hear people right now saying, oh, Coach David, I got that. I believe in myself. I'm all about that and everything. And that's great. I hope you are. But here's the truth of the matter. Before anyone else believes in you, you must believe in you. You've got to believe in yourself. I believe with all of my heart that that is the first key of success. If you're looking for whatever you would call success or how you would define it, I never try to define that for anybody because it's different for everyone. But whatever that success is, the key to it is believing in yourself. I just believe that. That's the foundation. Every dream, every goal, every achievement, every success begins internally with a belief. And then what happens is, you believe in yourself, and that belief now it manifests on the external side of you. Encourage you with that today because here's the thing about it. When you begin to believe in yourself, you're going to begin to start doing more. You're going to begin to act more. You're going to take more risk at things, and you're going to persist even during the rough times, even during the challenges. If you believe, I like to say it like this: if you'll catch on fire and you become more confident in yourself, people will connect to you. They'll watch you burn. And so I want to encourage you on today that in order to get started in this, anything that you're going to do in life, it must have a foundation of you believing in yourself. Now, what does that mean, really? Well, that means this right here, that I have belief in what I can accomplish. I have belief in my potential. And I also believe this right here, that even if I don't have all the answers right away, I may not have them. But what I do have, I have on the inside of me a belief in myself that will push me, that will drive me, that will cause me to figure it all out, to get it done. I want to encourage you with that more and more, that you begin to believe in yourself. Now, with that being said, I want you to understand that the first battle you got to win is the battle within, internally. In other words, what occurs most of the time, there is a battle going on the inside of us, an internal battle that we don't know how to deal with sometimes. See, what has to happen when you start dealing with the battle internally, you got to know how to deal with the number one thing that shuts people down before they even get started, and that's called self-doubt. And doubt, here's the thing about doubt. Doubt, what it likes to do, it likes to give you all this negative self-talk about what you cannot do or what might happen or you could fail or any of that. What I call the enemies of your success. So what I want you to get a handle on is this right here, is that you have to learn to deal internally with yourself. It's an inner game. The whole thing is an inner game. Internal control is controlling your thoughts, is controlling your emotions. In other words, it's what I always talk about, controlling the things you can control. I said it before. You can't control what other people do. You can't control what other people think. You can't even control how other people act. But what you can control is the way you think, the way your emotions, what you say, what you do. You are in control of that. Now, what you got to get a big handle on and a big control of is that inner talk, because that inner talk, I say it all the time, will talk you out of your best. I see it happening all the time. When you talk to people, just listen to what they say, and you will hear them talking themselves out of the best. And it always comes out like, well, I could never do that. Or if I try, I might fail. Or if I get started, what happens if I bump into a challenge? that is you talking yourself out of your best. So don't do that. What you got to understand is when you control your thoughts, when you control your emotions, you are in control of the situation. Now, listen, I'm not telling you that sometimes bad things are not going to happen to you, because they might. They just might. Now, there may be a time in life where you go through and everything is breezing and cruising along. But as one of my mentors taught me a long time ago, you're either just come out of a storm, going into a storm, or you're in the midst of a storm. But the thing about it is that you just got to get through it. That's where controlling the things that you can control really serves you best, because you understand that I'm not going to allow, my emotions and my thoughts to get the best of me. I'm not going to let that inner enemy get the best of me. I understand that I am in control of the inner enemy. I'm in control of doubting myself. I'm in control of the way I think. I'm in control of the way I act. I'm in control of the things I do. And I'm going to stay in control of the things that I can control. So you got to understand that, believing in yourself is the first step, but you've got to deal with the inner side of you that's going to manifest. It's going to show up, and it shows up externally. That's what happens here. So here's another great thing about belief. When you believe in yourself, things begin to change. Things begin to get better. You will find this right, that confidence is contagious. What do I mean? You're going to influence other people through your believing in. Other people are going to be infected with confidence. And that's what we're really here for, is to one another and to build each other up. So if I understand, and if I'll just catch on fire, then other people, it's kind of like the example of charcoal grill. I take these charcoals because I like, the charcoal flavor, and I put them all in my grill together. And one catches on fire and it begins to get hot. And before you know it, another one is catching on fire and another one's catching on fire. And they are now catching on fire and getting hot. It might have been only one charcoal, what they call them briquette. It might have been just one of them, but he got hot. And when he got hot, he started transferring to others. That is exactly the way it is with us. When you start to believe in yourself, people around you will begin to believe in themselves. You are inspiring others, and they're getting motivated too. So it's really, really important that you understand that when you believe in yourself, things begin to change. Not only you're going to have some resilience under rigor. That's right. Calm when things happen. You're going to stay focused when setbacks or failures show up. Why? Because you understand this right here, that your confidence and your resilience will take you where you need to go. Why? Because I believe in myself. When I believe in myself, I not only elevate my belief, but I also lift others up. The others around me, I lift them up also. And that is a key factor, because here's the next thing. You will also understand that through that confidence, others that are attached to you may have your answer. I always say this right here. I say this to myself all the time. Deliver me from the people who have my problem and bring me into the company of the people who have my answer. I understand that I am a key part of that, because nobody wants to be around a person that's always walking around complaining and blaming. Okay. They don't want that. Nobody wants to be around somebody who has a bad attitude. They're complaining. They're discouraged. Nobody wants to be around that. So if I will elevate and believe in myself, not only am I going to elevate my belief, I'm going to elevate those around me. It is so important because we're all interconnected. Whether you want to believe that or not, we are. You can't do this by yourself. So the thing about it is that when you breathe that confidence and breathe that belief in yourself, you're going to come into the company of the people you need. Now, I've told you all of that. I told you that believing in yourself was the foundation. I told you that you got to deal with the battle within. You got to deal with that inner critic. I also told you that you're going to help others. But the key factor to this that I want to share with you on today is, how do we build that stronger self-belief. How do we do it? I'm going to give you 3 things. I think that if you'll do these, you'll come out way, way ahead. Number 1, you got to replace all that negative inner talk with empowering words. What do you mean by that? Instead of saying, I can't do this, or I don't believe I can do that, how about saying, I got this? How about saying, I'm prepared, I'm ready? How about saying this right here? I will either win or I will learn. Because there's not winners and learners. Few will take things that you set back at, or maybe and you say, hey, I can learn something from that. I don't look at it as a loss. I look at it as a opportunity, a learning moment. And when I take it in, then I can grow through. The first thing that you got to do is replace all that negative talk. And most of the time, the negative talk does not come from out there. It comes from in here. It comes from right here. You have all these self-doubt and all this negative talk. That's where it's coming from. Okay? Deal with that. Deal with that. If you will replace the negative inner talk with empowering words, 1. The second thing that I believe you should do is take those big, gigantic goals and break them down into smaller, manageable steps. Why? You've heard me say this before. How do you even one bite at a time? Well, excuse me, when you have a major problem going on, or a major challenge going on, or a big project that you're working on, take it one bite at a time. Why? Because then I can manage it better. When I look at something that looks overwhelming, I'm like, oh my goodness, what am I going to do here? But when I say, okay, all right, I'll take this first step and this little piece, and I'm gonna work this, and I'm gonna stay with this until I get this worked out. Now I'm feeling a little bit better about myself. And so now I say, all right, well, what I'm going to do now, I'm going to go here. I'm going to work this out. Yeah. Oh yeah, I got that. Then I'm going to meet some people and they're going to help me. Oh my goodness. And now before you know it, you're on what we call a roll. You're rolling with this and you're getting the job done. But this leads me to the third thing I believe you should do. You got to track those small wins. That's number 3. Why? Because you gain confidence every step of the way. You gain confidence with every win, and that confidence will help you to propel and believe in yourself. So what you got to do is this right here. You got to build and strengthen your belief through deliberate routines. Get in there and be deliberate about what you're doing, and you will see the results. You will see the win. You will see success, and that builds your confidence, which, by the way, builds your self-belief. So you got to believe in yourself. It is the key and the foundation to your success. Well, I hope this has helped you on today. And if it has, share it with somebody else so they can be helped as well. But I want to encourage you, as I always do, go out there and get after it. Don't you dare stop believing in yourself. You have the potential right now on the inside of you. Listen to this. You would not be in the situation that you are in. You would not be going into what you're going into if you didn't have it within you to get the job done. So I want you to start believing in yourself even the more. So all this week, just remind yourself, I believe, I got this, I'm prepared, I'm ready. Let's go get after it. Hey, I got to get out of here on today. This is Coach David. Remember this right here. Remember this. You are the architect of your life. Believe in yourself. Go get it done, because guess what? I believe in you, and I will see you the next time. Have a great one. Bye.